It's just fabulous to have this community and this group, and Karen now doing platforming with us, and Barbara back on our music. It's just such a joy. All of it is such a joy. So amazing how the songs and everything that Karen said works hand in hand so beautifully with today's talk. Oh, some years ago, I realized that my self-talk needed to be monitored so that I could then move into releasing all of my judgments. And why do we want to release our judgments? What is the effect and what happens to us when we let go? I see Judy and doing sign language back there for it, and that's perfect sign language. Expansion, right? And then just like we see out pictured in the universe, sometimes we implode against ourselves. And then the double torus expands into creation. And then we implode against ourselves. And can you see the movement of the entire universe? Expand, contract, expand. Right now, the planetary movements in this world are calling us to go inward. 9 out of 12 are retrograde. It's not bad. It says, look within. It's a call to go inward. In monitoring my self-talk over the years, I began to notice there were 5 things, 5 new ways of thinking that I could begin to nourish in my self-talk, that offering these blessings instead of all my previous cursings would cause my life to flower, my heart to flower, my energy to lift, my enthusiasm for being alive and loving people began to transform. And these 5 blessings I'd like to share with you today, so that we can all move into an even greater degree of experience of our capital P potential. All of these blessings have to do with allowing the what is, Byron Katie would call it. Barbara sang about it in our special music. Loving everything. Well, sometimes we don't love murder. Stealing. Loving those things? I like to think we allow them because what we have observed the energy of God to be is allowing everything and resisting nothing. Allowing it does not put energy on it. I am certainly not suggesting that you start loving murder. Oh yeah, let's love a little murder. Let's love a little stealing. Let's love a little getting sick. Let's just love it. No, that is not what I am suggesting here. What I am suggesting is when we allow those things to be on planet Earth without giving our attention to it, then what do we experience? Peace. When we go inward, we can be at peace because what we will see when we look outward in our out picturing is the peace of that which we have been focusing on. And so this invitation of these 5 blessings is to allow everything and resist nothing. And I want all of you to say that with me. Allow everything and resist nothing. Say it again. Allow everything and resist nothing. So here are the 5 blessings. The first one, and this is my terminology, it's strong terminology because I kind of like that. You can temper it in your verbiage if you would like to. It'd be all right. I bless everything I used to hate. Now, I want to give you an example of this. So, most of you know by now that my daddy was a Baptist preacher, and I adored him, and he was much more about the love of God than the fire of hell and stuff like that. It was much more about the love of God. But I was raised in the Baptist denomination, and boy, we memorized Leviticus 19:3. Mark not thy body like the heathen do, tattoos. Now I think it's kind of ridiculous. I think that's ridiculous to have so much energy on that issue. It's just so silly. But because now I'm aware I am not a body, so what difference does it make if a person wants to draw pictures on it? Okay, that's all right. But back in that day, I was taught to really hate that. So how do you think I raised my kids? Oh, don't get tattoos. Don't get tattoos. Don't get tattoos. 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 I am such a powerful creator with all that focus of energy. What do you suppose all three of my children went out and did the day they turned 18? They know the names of all the great tattoo artists. In fact, my daughter got certified and got a license to do it. Man, I'm a powerful creator. Whatever you focus on expands. Now I just think it's beautiful work she does. I don't have all that negative energy on it because I started blessing what I used to hate. And you know what turned it for me? Yes, of course, in miracles I am not a body, but also my dear friend, who was also a Baptist preacher, when I was like 30, was teaching a lesson on the book of, come on, brain, Malachi? No. Hosea. Forgive me, it suddenly slipped. Hosea. Have any of you ever read the Old Testament book of Hosea? It doesn't really matter. You have. Okay, some of you have. It doesn't matter if you have or if you haven't, but there was an interesting thing in there. Did you know that Almighty God told the prophet, marry a prostitute, and then I require you to let her stay in prostitution? Right? Right? I'm like, I wonder how many Christians actually pay attention to this. But what this is teaching us, metaphorically, what this is teaching us is God will stop at nothing to deliver people to peace and joy and to break the bonds of slavery to whatever thought system is holding you in bondage. God will stop at nothing. God is everything, and there is nothing He is not. And I can testify now through my son's 10-year road. I used to call it road to hell. Now I realize it was the road to heaven. 10-year road to heaven called drug addiction. He is living in such peace and joy and abundance, and he loves everybody and everybody loves him. It's amazing what drug addiction did for him. Now, I am not encouraging you to start this as a spiritual practice. I'm only saying there's nothing God won't allow to work. Nothing. Allow everything and resist nothing. And so I began to notice resistance to various things in my life. Pharmaceutical companies. They're having all of these commercials to make everybody sick so they can get money. And Spirit said, allow everything and resist nothing. I bless the pharmaceutical companies to make all the money they need because of the fact that the people who need to take those drugs, that's where they're at right now. And that's actually okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Bless those pharmaceutical companies. I started blessing it. And the anxiety right here in my gut began to unravel. And my energy level went up. And I wasn't so tired all the time. And then I looked at my judgments of people who didn't do things the way I did. Well, that isn't right. That isn't right. And I began to realize, because Spirit whispered to me, it's right for them right now. It's what they have to do. It's how they have to respond right now. Janeen, Spirit said, I want you to live in your alignment. Let them live in theirs. their alignment with Almighty God might look different than mine. But it's what they need at the time. It's how they need to respond. It's how they need to react. There was even a time when my middle daughter did not talk to me for 2 years. I thought I was going to die. I thought I was going to die. And Spirit nourished me and nurtured me, nourished me and nurtured me. A Course in Miracles saved me relative to its teachings on special relationships. It set me free from worrying about it. And as I allowed that and did not resist it, as I allowed my daughter to do what she thought she needed to do for her at that time, everything righted itself perfectly. We have a beautiful relationship to this day, and with all of my grandchildren, because I let the anxiety unravel as I blessed it, allowing everything and resisting nothing. So the first one is bless everything that you used to hate. Let the Holy Spirit right now bring up in your mind, what are you? It's a strong word. It might just be, a subtle annoyance. What within you have you been holding that you hated? And now bless that, realizing that's what they need right now. That's where they need to be. It's the experience they need to have. It might not be the experience you need to have, but it's the experience they need to have. And we allow it and we bless it for their good and their progression and their expansion. As God uses different things in their lives than God might use in your own. The next one, bless everything, bless everybody to get rich. I actually like the word rich. Some people don't. They constrict when you hear the word rich. Ooh, constriction on a cellular level. Rich, oh, that's so not spiritual. Okay. Okay. I love the word rich. It's just so rich. It's just pregnant with possibility. I love that word too, pregnant. Okay, so blessing other people to get rich. I mean even your competition. Blessing them to get rich, blessing your neighbor to get rich, blessing the person who's starting a business to get rich, blessing the person who's already got a big business to get rich, which means we stop bashing Bill Gates. We bless him to be and do what he needs to be and do, because he has created so many jobs for people who think they need a job. Yay! Ecclesiastes 2, there's a time and a place for everything. Bless people to get rich. Bless them to get wealthy, if that's the word you like better. Bless them to have prosperity, if that's the word you like better. Bless them to feel abundance in their lives and to live an abundant life and to be able to do everything they want to do. Because Spirit taught me that everything you wish for other people, you're going to get. Jesus was teaching a whole lot more when he said to bless those who curse you than meets the eye. What he was teaching is the fundamental principle that the Christ consciousness within you knows you already have everything and are everything. Therefore, you can give everything, withholding nothing. That is your acknowledgement of abundance in your life. A Course in Miracles says giving and receiving are the same. The same. When I know I can give, it is because I have an awareness of how much I have received and that I am always receiving. Therefore, I can give. Giving and receiving are the same. My awareness that I always receive is why I can always give, right? So bless other people to get rich. Now here's an interesting subtle twist on this that Spirit taught me. Bless your bills. Bless your bills. I'm like, oh, ah. And Spirit said, you can't attract and bring into your life the abundance to pay them all off if you're having a negative energy inside of you on the issue that you have those bills, because you secretly hate that you have to pay it off. Secretly hating that you have to pay your bills is why you don't have the money to pay them. Bless your bills. Thank you, utility company. I have utilities. Thank you, utility company. Thank you, Visa. Thank you for that 17% interest, because I made a choice, right? Right? It's shocking and horrifying. Thank you for that 17 or 29, whatever it is, percent interest, because I made a choice, and I'm going to honor my choice instead of curse my choice. I made a choice to charge stuff on your card and to use your money, and I bless you to get rich off that. I bless you for employing all those people in Nicaragua who answer the phone. And when I call, I'm so grateful, Visa, that you give them a job. I'm so grateful that you give them a job. My brothers and sisters in all those countries have jobs because of wonderful you. And may you continue to use that 17 and 29% interest to expand abundance in this world. I bless you, I bless you, I bless you, and I'm so happy to pay you. I'm so happy to send you this payment right now, Visa or Discover, whatever it is, because as I pay you, I'm saying thank you. And what is money, if not the energy of the expression of gratitude for applied creativity? Some brilliant entrepreneur applied his divine creativity and started a company called Visa. And we send him that money as a way of saying thank you. When your employer thanks you for your work, what does he do? Sign your check. He gives you money. Money is the expression of appreciation. It's an energy of appreciation. So bless your bills, and more money will just keep falling into your hands so you can pay them, and pay them with a happy heart. You've probably heard that verse in the Bible, God loveth a cheerful giver. There won't be a return on that energy unless it's a bad return. So you want to shift before you create. Breathe that in. Shift. Shift before you create. So bless everything you used to hate, and then bless other people to get rich, and that includes blessing your own bills. The third one, bless other people's perspectives. Now, I get tested almost every time I log into Facebook on this one. Okay. I'm like, okay, this is an opportunity for me to forgive the illusion that this could hurt me. Forgive the illusion that this could hurt me. So, bless other people's perspectives. They see it differently than you. Do we need to rebuttal? Do we need to defend ourselves? Do you know that we don't build fortresses around our strengths? We build fortresses around our perceived weaknesses. So when we put up our dukes and are ready to fight about a perspective, we think our perspective is weak. If we can listen to and honor the fact that the God energy is allowing everything, the God energy is allowing their perspective. And the God energy is allowing their perspective to show up in your life. Loving what is means it's right here in front of me, right? Why did God put it in front of me? Breathe that in. Maybe so I can allow it and bless it. And learn to entrain every cell in my body to relax rather than constrict. Do you know what constriction and disallowing judgment, we might call it, is on a cellular level? We give it a lot of names. When every cell in your body is in resistance, I will not listen to that kind of talk. I will not be disrespected. I will not. When we're in that kind of warring energy, every cell in your body hardens The cell membrane is the intelligence of the cell, not the nucleus, the cell membrane. The cell membrane, when you are allowing, softens, oxygenates, hydrates, and then we have energy. We feel light. We're not even aware we have a body. It's just the body is serving my intentions. But when we move into resistance, I will not experience that. That is wrong. Blah, 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 blah. Now, in just a minute, I am going to say how we do get to choose. We do get preferences. We get preferences. And birds of a feather flock together. You don't have to hang out with people who have completely different perspectives than you. Are you happy to hear that? You don't. You don't have to choose to hang out with people who are just completely different than you, but bless them. They don't have to be up close and personal, but bless them. Because the birds of a feather that want to flock with that consciousness, that way of thinking, will go there, and that will be good for them all, right? Okay. Resistance on a cellular level is called by many names. The first one that comes to my mind is insulin resistance. Does anybody in this room know what insulin resistance will create within your physical body? What? Yes, diabetes. What happens to your hormone flow? When your cells harden, deoxygenate, and squish, what happens to your hormones? Oh, I have a hormone imbalance. I have to run to the doctor and get him to fix it. There's nothing wrong with running to the doctor and getting help with the physical symptoms, but please understand that was an effect. The mind creates the body. The mind creates the body. Breathe, relax, allow people to be different than you. Allow different perspectives than your own. So the first is bless everything you used to hate. The second is bless other people to get rich and bless your bills. The third is bless other people's perspectives. Bless people who are different than you. Even if you don't want to choose them in your world, let them be different than you. Just let it be. And fourth, bless the divine order of things and the time it takes to bring into manifestation all the beautiful transformations you are choosing into in your life. Bless the time it takes. Karen is healing her body. She is healing her leg. Karen, her whole body is healing and invigorating in joy, as that is what she focuses on. We bless the time it takes. And we will not look at physical evidence and be discouraged. We will not look at this world of warring and be discouraged, because until we're not warring with ourselves, within ourselves, the outpicturing cannot cease to exist. The planets are supporting our going inward right now with their retrograde. This is the implosion that calls us to bless everything we used to curse. James 3:10 says that out of the same mouth ought not to flow cursings together with its blessings. Now, let me ask you a question. Is blessing all about words? Is it only words that you bless with? Only words? It's not only words, is it? If you're sitting in a room quietly, I wasn't using any words, but you all got it. Okay? Blessing is a lot more than just words. Sometimes people think, well, I don't tell my son I think he's stupid. But if you're sitting there holding that energy, they feel it. Energy flows where attention and intention goes. It's not about words. So bless with your internal beingness, right? This is a call to our expansion into blessing. Bless the divine order of things and don't judge how long it takes. You see, the energy you are radiating out bumps into the energy they are radiating out. Highest vibration wins. Love vibration always overcomes. Love overcomes all. It is the highest vibrational frequency. And literally, when you are sending out love, even to a person who's looking at you with hate, even if they aren't talking to you and they're living hundreds of miles away, even if they're passed away and no longer in the body, if you are sending love energy, it bumps into their energy, whatever it was, transforms it in the mix. Then all of those little strings and waves of energy bounce into other ones. Call it particles if you will. I think it's all of the above. Particles, strings, waves, everything. God is everything, barring nothing. And so it bumps into other particles and strings and waves, and then bumps into other ones and bumps into other ones. And the God energy is orchestrating everything for your good and will bring back to you the love you sent out. Trust and bless the divine order of things. Relax in the time it takes to heal. Or perhaps it takes no time at all. Boom, and it happens immediately. Bless that too. It can be different for everyone in every situation.